Hello, it's the weekend of the 9th and 10th of September, and I thought what I would do today is go through the trades of the 220 EMA upside breakout system that exited last week during the week. The week was a shortened week. Monday was Labor Day, so we only had trading on Tuesday through Friday. So what I will do is you can follow along with this. If you have the template up, and I'm going to run this on the list of CBOE weeklies, you'll note my date that I have updated is September the 8th, which was Friday. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and run this template. And this is actually going to show me not the trades that have closed, but it's actually going to show me the trades that are still open. So let's take a look at those first, and then we'll go and check out the closed trades. So here are the currently open trades, and I'm going to sort by percent gain. So we'll get the biggest gains at the top of the list. I'll filter out all of the blanks, the ones that aren't currently in a trade. And we can see now, let's double click on one of these and take a look at the chart. So first of all, we're looking at JNUG. Remember, the chart is as follows. You've got the red line being the 20 EMA, the green line is the 50-period moving average. It's not used in this strategy, it's just there for a reference. And then in the lower area, whenever you see the blue up at a 1 value, that's when the system is in a trade, a long trade. This is the upside breakout system, so long side trades only. So let's zoom in a little bit on the recent action in JNUG. We took an entry, or an entry would have been taken by the system here, and last week, the 4 days of action ended up pretty much not doing much. It opened down here on Monday, or Tuesday I should say, and closed here on Friday, so a little bit of a gain. But anyway, this trade is currently on, and it's been on for 10 days, currently up 26%. So let's scroll down through some of these. I'll position this window on one side so we can actually see the two things side by side. Can be handy. Okay, now let's look at the next one on the list. The next one on the list is Navistar. So again here, the trade was entered before this week. It's still in the trade. It's currently up 23%. The entry was taken on this green candle here, 10 cents above this buy alert. And it's this week it's done very well, and it's currently up 23% overall. If we scroll down through the list, you'll see that there are a number of trades that are up in their 20s of percents that have been trading from anywhere from 9 days through to 35 days. 35 days is this Ralph Lauren, which was entered down here, and it's currently up here. So remember, the point of this system is to give you the trends, try and catch the big winners, while cutting the losers short. So losers are cut whenever the price crosses the or touches the 20-period EMA. If you want more information on this strategy, all you have to do is go to the website edgerator.com to the blog page, and you will find information about the strategy there. If you are running the template itself, there's a quick way of getting to the information, and that is on the main screen. When you've got the template selected, go to template info, and that should fire up a browser which will take you to the right place on the website. So here we go. Browser is coming up here, and it is thinking a little bit, and eventually it's going to come up with the correct blog post. So this will give you the article that the strategy is based on, give you reference to it, and also explain the system. So take a look at that. And if you have EdgeRacer, of course, you can just follow along day by day with the template. If you run it daily on CBOE weeklies, you're going to get all of these exact same screen that I'm looking at. So I said I was going to take a look at the stocks, the trades that closed this week. So remember, we've got quite a few trades already that are currently still open, that are doing very well. Quite a few above 10% even. If you look at 10% line is down here, so let's scroll up a little bit and find out where that ends. So we have approximately, what would that be, 15 or so, 15 or 20 stocks that are currently above the 10% gain, and then stocks that are currently open that are in the negative region, there aren't that many of them, but remember the system tries to close trades quickly, so as soon as they get closed they are not in this list of open trades anymore. Okay, so what we want to do is find out the trades that were closed last week, and the way that we would do that is we go to entries and exits. We're going to run a trade simulation. I'm going to come over to the chart script area and Control F for find, and I'm going to search for my Sim 2 and 20 EMA upside breakout. Pop that into the entries selector over here. I'm going to set a date filter because I'm really only looking for trades that exited this week, but I may as well just run this from, let's say, the first of the year 2017 to, and I can say that the end of the year, even though we're not there yet. This will just run up to current day, and I'll say use this date filter, and then I'm going to run this this simulation. I could have left that blank, the date filter, and it would have just run over the entire data set that I have, which happens to be 20 years of data in this list. It would have taken a little bit longer and produced a bigger trade list, but that's okay. You can do that. All I'm interested in is the last week's closed trades. So now, once I've got my entry and exit signals, remember this script actually produces both entry and exit signals. So they're in here now. I can go to trade simulation and run a simulation based on those signals. So I'll just say use the scripted entries and exits, and then hit run. That's all I need to do. And we see that we have, that's this year's trades. What I'm going to do is sort by exit date twice. So now I'm sorting descending by exit date, and I can see all of the trades that were exited on this week, and this week started, let's see, that would have been the Tuesday the 5th. So anything that exited on the 5th was a trade that exited this week. So from here all the way up to the top. So as you can see, most of these trades are losing trades, trying to, these trades have exited fairly quickly and with not a great loss in any of them. But there are actually more losing trades here than you would expect based on the averages that the system gives, having tested over years and years of data. So in this list, I did a count of the number of trades, and we have 38 trades that exited this week. Only 5 of those trades were winning trades. So 5 out of 38 is 13-ish%. The system normally will expect around 30 to 35% winning trades. So we've had fewer than normal this week, but that's only a 4-day week. So it's a very small amount of time to draw any information from. So, but what we can also see is that even though we've had the majority of these trades have been losing trades, actually, if you add up all of the profit and losses in here all the way down for the week, it's still positive. And that's because the winning trades are these big winners. So let's take a look at some of these and find out why they exited. So I'm going to take a look at race first, which is Ferrari. Double click on there. Turn my annotations on. So when I'm looking at a trade list, my annotation will show me the entry and the exit. And so now we can see the reason why this trade exited, and also why it entered. Down here it fulfilled the entry requirements. And then it exited here because price crossed below the prior day's 20 EMA. It couldn't exit at that value because there was a gap down, so it exited at the open down here. Still for a 20%-ish, 19.2% gain. Not bad. British Airways, that's not British Airways, BA is Boeing. Okay, so Boeing is down here, was entered down here based on the criteria of the strategy, and did exit on 2 days ago when price crossed below the 20 EMA of the prior day. So that was a nice 28% gain in Boeing. NXPI was a trade that was quite a small gain, even though it looks quite large on here. It's because the prices are, the scale of this is a little deceiving. The entry price here is $109, the exit price here is $112. So there's only 3 points between the entry and the exit, and such a high priced stock, that's only 2.27%. So you can see that exited based on the rule. The next one is tech. I mentioned this. Well, all of these appeared last weekend when I talked about this strategy. And if you didn't see that webinar, go back and check that out. There is a link to the webinar. I will post a link to the webinar so that you can check that out. That should appear in this video. I'll just have to remember to put that in post recording. Okay, so yes, tech had quite a nice gain. This is actually the biggest gaining stock that exited during the week, 32%, or nearly 33% for a 43-day hold in this stock. Entered based on the rules down here above the 20 EMA and exited when price touched the prior day's 20 EMA for a nice 33% gain. And then the last one, Weight Watchers. This was a small gain, fulfilled the buy rules here, and then exited here and sold off further after the exit. So there you go. That's my quick summary of the strategy and what happened last week in the strategy. Hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to check out the trial of EdgeRater if you haven't taken it. And anybody who owns the program, you can follow along with this strategy every day. I would highly recommend that. Just go to your templates, make sure that to select the template, you know where it is. It's in the stocks and commodities category over here, and it's the 220 EMA upside breakout system. Just make sure your weekly CBOE weekly list is up to date by pressing end of day update, hit the run, and then you will end up with the results. And you can look at that and sort that and filter that in any way you like. But it definitely gives you a good selection of stocks to look at on a daily basis and monitor how they're performing in the context of that strategy. And then one last thing I will say is, if you are looking actually to follow this system with some paper trading or some real money, look at the entry event today column. And the entry event today means that these are stocks that have fired an entry that did cross the buy limit during the day on Friday. So you can see that the bar since buy is only one. They all entered on Friday. We can take a quick look at some of those as I scroll down through this list. We can see the reasons why they fulfilled the buy side of the strategy rules, and we'll just come down and take a look at, scroll down through these and just see how they look. So here you are. So these are the ones that will either go on to make big gains in the future, or actually the statistics say that most of these are actually going to close with either a small gain or a loss, but they'll, by statistically, there should be 33% of these that should be actually trades that do very well, in statistically speaking, over thousands and thousands of trades. But of course, this is such a small list that we can't really draw that conclusion from or apply that statistic to this list. But at least we have a feel for what they should do. And you can take a look at these charts if you want to decide on stocks to trade. You can take a look at these to find out where the entries are firing, and then maybe use other criteria of your own to decide on which ones of these you might consider trading. I would highly recommend paper trading these for a while and just looking at this screen every day and get a feel for what the system is giving you. You can even run this, of course, on other lists of stocks, but I'm just running it on my list of stocks that have weekly options associated with them. So it's only a list of 459 stocks. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your weekend, and I will do another update next weekend. Bye for now.